Hello, nerds, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight, for our first stream of the year, we are playing Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse using the Walking Dead universe system by Free League Publishing. You'll notice we're missing a couple people this week, but we have a fantastic cast with us, and we're going to have them introduce themselves, starting with Rose.
Hi, I am Rose Blossom, and I'm playing Corbin Road, who uses he, him pronouns.
Faye, you're next.
I looked over and I'm like, all right, who are we going to? It's me. Hi, yeah, Faye. They, them. I'm gonna be playing Jonah, he, him. This is gonna be a great time.
Hi everybody, I'm Mary, my pronouns are she, her. Today I'm playing Eliza, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Great. Me. Hi, I'm Natalie, she, they, and I play Kia, they, them.
And hello, everybody, once again. I am Sophia Olivia Scott. I will be your storyteller. My pronouns are she, her, and we. And I'd like to just direct your attention to the chat real quick for links like YouTube, Discord, and of course, the all-important content warning that is in the chat now. This is a general content warning for stuff that could come up in this show. It is a horror game set in the apocalypse, so make sure you're protecting yourself and have a good time. And now, Kia, it's your monologue.
The dearly departed. Okay. Dear Cooper, I don't even know how to begin this. I thought with time I'd get better, or whatever version of better can exist in this world. I hoped that with each new nightmare I experience in this hellscape, that whatever happened would blur with everything else. I don't know why I'm writing to you now after all this time. Maybe it's wondering if Mercedes finally got away. Maybe it's seeing some of the group fighting that reminded me of why you're gone. I'm terrified, Coop. I'm terrified of failing someone again. Of getting someone killed again. But I can't avoid helping people either because I'm needed. I can never say sorry to you. I can never make it right. And even when I yearn for a friend, I'm too scared because I already lost the closest person and I can't risk breaking any further. I see others being themselves, of finding comfort, of being in love. Maybe with more time one day, I could be okay enough to be close to someone, be comfortable enough to just exist. But it's more likely that this coming horde might take me. Or one of the groups we've freaking pissed off. Then maybe then I'll have a chance to say sorry to you. I know you'd tell me not to be hard on myself. You always did that. But you're not here to stop me. And I have to live with that guilt. I'll be seeing you sooner or later.
Thank you. We're going to start with Corbin. Corbin, last time we seen you, you were headed out into the woods to try to make it to the spectrum. Now we find you, I think it's been hours, maybe a day. Everything's happening pretty close together for the last few episodes. But some time ago for you, someone had started lighting off fireworks in the direction that you were going. And then there was, just a few minutes ago, a huge explosion. Now you find yourself still somewhat in the woods, but on a hill overlooking the highway. And on that highway, you see a sea of the dead. It is
Damn it, I knew it.
miles and miles. You can, almost as far as you can see, just nothing but dead. They're packed in. Some of them are falling off over the sides and splattering onto the road below, wandering off more as some are drawn in. You're safe-ish where you are. May not want to stay there long, but this is what you can see and hear.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, what? And it's just they're everywhere on the bridge or highway.
Yes.
No gaps.
Below
no.
you. No.
And the,
It's not necessarily obstructing you. It's just what you see, right? Like, this is the threat you face. This is why there were so many zombies coming by your cabin, because they're being drawn in by this horde.
the ones that fall off the highway, do they get back up, or are they like impaired or maybe even dead?
The ones that are falling off the overpass, most of them are dead. They're falling off. They're not able to stop themselves from just smashing them. Yeah, exactly. And like you can see this too. Like there are so many zombies below you that like the cars and stuff, like the obstructions like that, they're crushing each other against them.
So wait, where am I again?
You're on a hill above this.
Okay.
We'll say the left hand side of the road. You're a decent distance away, and you can just kind of see all of this.
And I have to pass by this area on my way to the Spectrum.
You are passing by. It won't, like, this doesn't impede you. This is what you can see. It doesn't impede you.
Then.
It's just a somewhat horrifying sight that you can see.
Well, I should probably tell someone when I get there, in case they don't somehow know. Because I mean, they might, but like it's good to hear maybe where exactly they are, even if that might not be as accurate as by the time we get there. I'm glad I'm not having to deal with that yet. So I guess Corvin's just gonna continue on his way, trying not to consider the implications of the horde.
Do me one favor. Roll a stealth roll.
Ah, yes. Okay, where's that again? Any bonus or penalty dice?
You should still have stress.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do. And that would add 2?
Yes.
All right. Please don't fail me now. Insert that one meme of the dog looking up.
2 successes. You successfully are sneaking by. Everything's fine.
But
But as you walk, hidden under some leaves is an aluminum can. and you step on it, and the crunching noise, several walkers turn towards you. And they start, not quickly, because they're not particularly fast, but they turn towards you. They're now making their way towards you. I would say it's maybe 4 of them at this point. Not many, but you have a choice to make. You can take off and hope that, you don't run into anything else while trying to run, or you can fight. But you could risk bringing in more walkers doing that. And it's your choice.
All right. Well, from my understanding, these guys you can outpace them. You just have to be careful to not get overwhelmed.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just gonna pick up the pace a little. Let's pick up the pace a little here. And
Okay.
this time, let's be more careful about where we step so we don't attract any more of them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do me one favor. A couple favors. Add one more stress, and then
Yay.
roll
I'm so
mobility. And then roll mobility to get away.
Okay, mobility. How bad is it?
Oh no. It does only count as one mess up, but that is 1 success and 2 walkers rolled on the dice. But that is one more mess up. In your haste, you take off. And for a while, you're fine, but you come to a fence. Just like a chain link fence. You see like a hole in it. And you have to pass through it to keep going. And you do. The mess up here, Corbin, is that you don't notice, but it catches on your bag just a little bit and rips a hole in your bag. This will come back later if you go looking for supplies. They may have fallen out, something like that. But you get away safely. The fence provides, a little bit of safety, and you are on your way. You can breathe a little easier.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's
All right. Back at the Spectrum. We'll say 15, 20 minutes ago, there was an explosion. You heard it. You felt it. You know it was in the direction that Cherry went to meet up with Dalton and everyone. Eliza, are you out front hoping to see Cherry?
Yeah, I think she's definitely outside. She's trying to ring in the walkie-talkie. Just to check in. Please, just anyone there, please.
Unfortunately, there's no answer. But you do see, eventually, you see Dalton running as fast as he can, 2 people trailing behind him. He's got Aiden slung over his shoulders and a fireman's carry. He is shirtless because even from here you can see that the shirt is tied around one of Aiden's legs, and he is running as fast as he can, carrying Aiden.
Eliza's heart just breaks. And then she goes into work mode.
Jonah, when you and Cersei saw the explosion, you picked up the pace. You are arriving at the Spectrum just in time to see Dalton running down the street as well.
And I would see Aiden in the condition that is going on as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm running forward as well, trying to make things easier so that way there's no obstacles for Dalton getting Aiden to help.
Eliza, thanks to the ambulance, you do have stretchers that you can move around, that you can bring to Dalton. I imagine you call for one of those.
Yeah, I think she's calling for Marley as well to get shit ready
Okay.
for a trauma.
Yeah. So Marley shows up. Dalton puts Aiden on the thing. Immediately, you can see that one of Aiden's arms is broken. He's bleeding from at least one wound in his leg. And you start wheeling him towards your medical offices. Kia, you had to wrap up as fast as possible the thing that called you away to the university, but you felt the explosion too. You wrapped up as fast as you could, and you ran over here. You enter the building as they're wheeling Aiden around the corner towards the little makeshift exam rooms. There's panicked people all around the Spectrum. Notably, you see two boxes sitting on the front desk with a note attached to one of them.
I think he is like somewhat shocked, but is like walking and seeing all the panic was focused on Aiden. It's just like, what the fuck happened? Someone just chill and tell me what the fuck happened. And then they turn and does Kia see like anything on the initial like fronting of the note? Does she like glance over?
Yeah, your name is on it.
Okay. Well, they'll make their way towards it, but they're still like looking at other people like, what happened? What the fuck happened?
One of the people with Dalton breathlessly is just like, the explosion, we some guy named Tugs had River, and then there was shooting, and then I don't know, stuff started exploding, and Aiden got hit, and we had to get out of there.
Okay. Thinking. What would Cass do? Did anyone make sure no one is following you? Because you said some person named Tugs, whatever freaking name that is, did this. Did anyone follow you?
We didn't see anybody following us, but we were trying to rush to get Aiden here as fast as possible.
Okay. All right. We'll think something. We'll figure something. Just make sure barricades are good, I guess. Oh God. Okay. And then Kia's just gonna like look over the note and quick like flip it open, see if it says anything important.
You're looking at the note?
Yeah.
The note says, "I hope these help. Aiden."
Oh shit. And I rip open the box instantly.
Inside the box, varying sizes, freshly wrapped, are binders.
Oh, Eden. And Kia just sits down.
That is fair. Jonah, what are you doing?
After, the chaos of like everything going on, Jonah is mentioned before knows very basic first aid. So he steps back. This isn't where he's at. So he's kind of trying to keep an order around it, and I would think at this point, sort of seeing Kia sit down, come over and also sits down, and it's good to see that you're not. It doesn't seem like you're panicking, at least not outwardly.
It's dissociation. I think that's what they call it, right? When you get too overwhelmed that you just stop.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to think about if things would be different if I went, if I didn't do what I was asked to do, if I could have gone, I would have seen something sooner.
I think that, and I know that by saying this, it's not going to help, but following those thoughts down, it's not going to help here, and there's not much else that we can do. So, why don't we put idle hands to work?
Yeah. Whatever I can do, whatever.
Why don't you come help me, and we'll make sure that where Eliza and everybody's working is undisturbed. We'll set up a barrier.
Yeah, sounds good. And Gia stands up.
Eliza, inside the exam room. Who's doing what?
I think Marley is not used to not having a lot of supplies. So this is a little bit more, I would say, Eliza's wheelhouse. Like when you're in the ambulance, you have what you have and you make things work. That's just about it. And so I think she is just going into work mode. Her talent, seen it all, is probably coming into play right now. That I do not take stress when someone gets wounded, tormented, or even broken. I also have emergency medicine, which is gain +2 medicine when you stabilize a critical injury that needs basic medical care. So she is basically just going into the checking vitals. Let's make sure there's no internal bleeding. Bones can heal, we can fix. That is very low on the list. If he was or they were in an explosion, that's a problem. And there's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. So she's just basically making sure that there's nothing he is going to die from, and that it's just things that need to heal.
All right. Roll medicine. And I will roll medicine for Marley as well, helping you out here.
That is 1 success, and I don't have any stress right now.
Okay. So immediately, you do not find any internal bleeding. it's hard to tell right now, but you think that a couple of Aiden's ribs might be broken. The big problem is the shrapnel in his leg. That's Dalton did, with no supplies, Dalton did the best he could to tie it off, and get it here. You'll have to worry about the fact that shirt definitely wasn't clean, but that's not a priority now. You will have to remove that shrapnel to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, she just seeing the ribs just makes a note of it, and then will go to trying to remove the shrapnel without basically she's doing it in a way that, at least this probably goes back to more of what she did in the army, of making sure that that when you take something out, it's not what's actually stopping a bleed from occurring.
Right.
So she's basically very methodical, just fixated on the task.
And you do have like some supplies, especially you mostly have the supplies you're used to, the emergency medicine supplies. So you have like quick clot bandages and stuff. So you are in a pretty decent position here, but roll medicine.
I'm gonna push.
Okay, take one stress.
Oh my god. At least I didn't get a mess up, but that is no successes.
Okay.
9 dice, 10 dice technically.
Let me see here. Ooh, okay.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Okay. Eliza, you can't get it. As soon as you start to remove it, he starts bleeding more. So you're just struggling. But you have help. You have Marley, right? And Marley is an experienced emergency room nurse. She jumps in. And with 2 successes, the 2 of you manage to get this out of Aiden's leg and start getting him patched up.
I think what distracts Eliza to cause that failure is she just starts having some flashbacks of her time in the army and the traumas that she witnessed there, and it just keeps kind of overlaying on top of the patients that she's lost, and it's just moves over so Marley can finish it.
I will. 1 second. There's a cat that wants out of my room.
The cat doesn't want to be involved in the emotional trauma?
Cat's just too mouch.
They like to cause the emotional trauma, not
Yeah, they
not
need to be the
experience it.
reason.
I've been hiding in the closet. I didn't even know she was in here. Okay. You save Aiden, or at least for now, Aiden's fine, right? You can get Aiden set up on an IV. You have some basic medical supplies, so you can set aside some antibiotics just in case he's going to need them.
Didn't I get the good shit early on? That's here.
You do. You do. You may not
That's
want
like
to
if we
use.
absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Do we want Aiden to perish here? Like, it's on standby.
It is probably on standby, but yeah, it is the. Okay, we have nothing else. It is time to hit him with this kind of stuff. But yeah, you did get the good stuff. Yeah, it, you look him over some more now that like the crisis is over. Um, his arm's fine. You there's uh, you know color and um, a pulse in his fingers and stuff. So like, it's broken, but like it's gonna heal just fine as far as you can tell. Um,
Got it set and splinted, so it helps relieve some of the pain. And but yeah, she'll as soon as it seems like there is enough to update people with, she will like head outside of like the trauma room that they set up, kind of like wiping her hands off, and just say, everything's fine. Bleeding has stopped. His arm's going to take time to heal. What happened?
Dalton steps up. There, the Tugs guy had River and was specifically threatening Cherry. We were trying to get into position, and then Deborah came out of nowhere, and she stabbed him, I think. Got him good. He tried to shoot her. And then Cherry shot him. And then he fired back, and I don't know, there was bullets started flying around, and then there were explosions. And things went bad fast after that. I know people are alive. I seen them alive, but I couldn't get to Cherry. As soon as those explosions went off, they were dead everywhere. I tried. I emptied
Fine,
my
just
weapon.
stop. Just stop. Okay? We're going to figure it out. We're going to...
It's River
Okay,
is
we
somewhere.
have 3
but
gone. What happened to Harley?
Harley's dead. Harley died saving River. That's all I know. River, he pushed River out of the way, and it was fast.
What about Deborah? Where's Deborah?
Last I seen of Deborah, she was shooting that Tugs guy in the head and running.
Okay. It's I saw what was out there after that. We can't risk going out in that right now.
What defenses do we have here?
I mean, Kia has a decent idea of some of the defenses set up, right?
Yeah, we've been setting up blockades of cars. We have some traps around, both for demobiling and to signal if something has crossed a certain line, so that we know there are walkers out there. But yeah, that's I think the extent of it is just barriers set up for walkers. Smart enough people can cross it, though.
We need to set up more watches. And chances are that explosion is going to call that horde closer. I mean, you already saw it, Dalton.
Yeah, the fireworks were working, but I'm worried that explosion's gonna undo the.
We need to wait a few days or day to get them at least calmed down and less aware. And then we need to look for people.
Maybe this
Can't
might be
leave
the first time some people notice that Cersei's there because Cersei speaks up and just, wait, where's Chase? Was he with them?
Not that I know of, but anyone that's not here right now is stuck wherever they are. So we
Okay.
can all stand around and be upset, or we can get something done.
I guess we figure out how to do the shifts for keeping watch. Probably have a rotation people also watch the perimeter, and those watch on distance have just as many eyes as we can that we can spare, making sure no one gets too tired. And I guess just double checking for any holes that we may have missed, because who knows what could have been missed while being tired and trying to do the best we can. But yeah.
Okay. And Eliza will start basically trying to get a list of names, see who's available, get weapons out, just in case there is a breach, to be as prepared for it as possible.
Eliza does this herself.
She's keeping herself busy.
Okay.
She knows as soon as she stops moving, she knows how she works. She's going to work until she cannot anymore.
Okay. You know what? There's a role for this. I believe there's leadership. Yes.
There is. It is under empathy.
I do have a point in that. We're gonna try. Oh my gosh.
Seeing,
I'm gonna push again.
well, hold on. If we want to avoid that, seeing where Eliza is, trying to collect names and stuff like that, can Jonah step in to assist, seeing that he kind of knows some of the Spectrum people and can help fill in those details? All right.
Yeah.
So, do we want to have me roll leadership as well to assist in that?
Yep. Go for it.
2 successes.
Eliza's trying her best, staying busy. Maybe it's up to you, but maybe it's just like mine keeps drifting away to like, where's Cherry? And Jonah steps in, helps, and you start getting people where they need to go.
During the sort of Jonah helping Eliza, in a brief moment, I see what you're doing. And I understand why. But you don't have to tackle this alone.
I understand that mentally. But I'm not the best at relying on people.
Yeah. Just know, even if you're not the best, you can ask for help.
The sooner we can go out, the better. And she'll kind of leave Jonah to the leadership and try and go take a watch somewhere she's more secluded.
And as Jonah watches Eliza walk off, for a moment his mind goes out to a rooftop where he was talking to Cherry, and it was a very similar sort of conversation.
Kia, what are you doing during this time?
And I think the moment that Eliza turned to start making a list, Kia walked to the trauma room just to quietly look in and look at Aiden. Face mostly expressionless, but you can tell in the eyes that there's just a turning of thought before they decide to just walk away and take a walk to check the perimeter, and just keeps walking around and walking around.
Okay. Roll scout for me, and then we will come back to that roll in a little bit. Corbin, you are making your way through the town. Do you think you stop at all to try to find supplies or anything, or do you just is your intent to just keep moving?
Yeah, if nothing like pops out immediately, I think just because of the urgency of the situation, especially after seeing that huge horde on the highway, I think Corbin is definitely just going to push forward and to get there as soon as possible.
Okay. In which case, make another mobility roll.
Oh, yay. 3.
Okay. You most like you have pretty good instructions from Aiden. You go eventually you find that hole in your bag and that some of your supplies are missing. But you keep going. And eventually you turn the corner onto a street, and I mean it looks like somebody inhabits this place before you even see people, because the cars are very obviously lined up in a manner that's meant to stop, meant to be a barricade. And then, you see people who now are on watch. And Kia, one success. You see Corvin before any of the other people on watch. Just a stranger headed, towards the spectrum. What do you do?
Yeah, I think Kia's very heightened. They're also worried about making noise at this point because any loud enough could attract things that we may not have noticed yet. They also don't know if this person has a gun on them, so they don't want to make themselves too easy of a target. So Kia just stays low, but keeping like an eye line over the cars and is making their way towards this person. And they have their spear out.
Roll stealth.
One success.
Okay, one success. Yeah, you you keep yourself low. You don't give yourself away, and make your way towards Corvin. Do you, as you get closer, do you say anything?
Yeah, I think once I get like into a position where it can be a little bit more of a surprise, because again, I don't know what the connection is here. So I think Corvin just hears a very sharp, like, "Who are you with? Why are you here?"
So Corvin like kind of like on instinct like puts his hands up, universal sign of surrender. Now the threat. Oh, what did you ask again? I immediately forgot.
Who are you with? Why are you here?
I'm on my own. And I came here to warn you all about an incoming horde.
Well, that we knew. How do you know about this place?
I've been talking to one of the people here, Aiden.
Aiden? You're Aiden's radio person?
I suppose so.
And he walks around, and for you, Corvin, you see there it's maybe a 20-ish, though, based on the months of since this all happened. They do look older than probably what they actually are, just through the exhaustion and traumas. But they have deep sandy hair that's been stained in a more ruddy, like rusted color. They have like layers of plaid with bits of like newspaper underneath as like an extra armor, and they are holding a spear, but they do lower it down, as you mentioned, Aiden. Okay. Well, Aiden had mentioned they were talking to someone on the radio and they hadn't heard from them, so I hope it's you. And if you're friends, you need to come quickly then. Come on. And Kia just starts walking around.
What is your name? I'm Corvin. I don't know if Aiden's ever said my name to anyone.
No, I might have been the first person to ask them why they had the radio on them all the time. You can just call me Kia. That's what everyone else does. Come on.
All right.
And then Kia will do like a very light whistle, which I think like either Eliza or Cherry may have taught the group to do some sort of signal if someone shows up. So Kia will just do a very light whistle and like wave their stick a bit so the people that are watching on rooftops will know.
Okay. And you lead Corvin inside?
Yep. Jonah?
He'll sort of stick his head out from wherever he was. Yeah.
Got a newcomer. They know Aiden.
Well, that's fortunate that, it's at least a friendly face. And as Jonah sort of walks forward, you see this guy. He's somewhere late 20s, pushing early 30s. brown hair, green eyes, a large scar across his face. He wears his glasses.
Corvin's like gonna kind of like rapidly, sort of awkwardly wave and be like, I'm Corvin.
Jonah, wouldn't call myself a leader here, but I kind of help out running the place. Kia mentioned that you know Aiden.
Yeah, I had a radio and, Aiden had a radio and, we've been communicating through that.
Well, I assume that you don't know what's happened, but since you're close, you probably should be made aware. I don't know if you heard, I'm assuming you heard the explosion. Aiden got hurt. He's going to pull through. We have some amazing people here for, emergency medical. Right. Just so that way you were aware.
All right then.
Well then, what can we do for you here at Spectrum? We've got places for you to rest, but we're all perhaps not in our best right now.
Yeah, I came to warn about the horde, but seems you guys already know about that. I'm willing to help in any way I can. I'm an able body, so yeah.
That'll be great. Right now we're working through just surviving the next day or so. The noise that loud, the walkers, we're on extra alert. So I'll add you into our watch rotation. And if you want to, maybe you could help Kia in looking out for the barrier traps and alert systems.
Yeah, sure, if that's what you want me to do.
And Kia, why don't you go show Corbin where they're located?
Yeah, I can do that. Do you have experience with traps and stuff like that, Corvin?
A little bit.
Great. And a little bit is at least something. Come along.
Eliza, you went and found a spot by yourself to watch over everything. What are you doing up there? How's that going?
I think she's pacing. She's like trying to watch for anything at all. Any walkers that would come in, even close. One of the reasons why she understands Deborah so much is because she's very much like her. It is very hard for her to sit still and do nothing. So I think even she is like looking for anything to come near, anything close at all, to go out and take care of it.
Okay. Roll scout.
Didn't do my stress day. 1 success, no mess up.
Okay. You see in a narrow alley 2 straggling walkers stumbling kind of towards the spectrum. But it's a narrow enough alley that they're kind of bottlenecked in.
She's going to go try and walk out of spectrum, but she's going to grab a large pillow with her.
Okay.
And she's going to look like she knows exactly what she's doing as she's walking out. But she's kitted out. She's got her weapons on her.
Okay.
And she's going to go out and take care of those walkers.
Okay.
She brought the pillow because if you put the pillow at the end of a gun, it makes it really quiet. So the pillow is going to get wrecked, but she's going to make sure that it's not too loud, but she is much better with a gun than she is with melee. And I will fix the camera.
Okay. And then once you have your camera fixed, roll ranged combat since you're using your gun.
That is 4 successes and a mess up.
Okay.
Maybe the mess up is we learned that it's a lie.
Wow, 4 successes and a mess up. Ha! Well, I mean, 4 successes, you walk up, you take out both of these walkers pretty easily. After you take them out, do you do anything?
I feel like she is just scanning faces to make sure it's not someone she knows.
Okay. You scan those faces. It's not anyone you know. And as you're looking at them, there's a door right there in the alley. You don't notice it. You're caught up in looking at these faces, and a third walker busts through the door.
I think she's instantly going, as soon as she notices, going into defensive mode. She's not worrying about the pillow anymore. She'll fire a couple gunshots out, try and defend herself before it can get too close to her.
Okay. Roll a ranged combat.
I'm going to push it.
Okay.
There we go. That's better. So now no mess ups, 3 successes.
Okay. I think so. Because you pushed, right? Your first shot goes wild as this walker is about to get to you. You didn't notice something else. You didn't notice you had a tail. Somebody was watching your back. And Ren pulls you out of the way. And as Ren pulls you back, you get another shot. And you take out this walker too. Also, not anybody you know, but just some walker that had somehow gotten in that building and gotten past Deborah.
I think she's just shocked, and it has to turn off soldier mode, and just what the hell? What are you doing here?
Watching out for you.
Okay, but I could have shot you.
I mean, I was staying back.
If you don't tell someone you're nearby, you can get hit by a gunshot. Okay? I've seen it happen many times.
Okay. But also, what were you doing? Didn't you just yell at Deborah for doing this? Going out by herself?
I yelled at someone that was untrained in combat to do that.
Okay. Yeah, sure, but you've been trained in combat. Don't they tell you to should have somebody to, watch your back? I didn't know what you were doing. I just was worried about you, okay?
I know. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. I appreciate you watching out for me. It's not something that you should have to do or really should be doing, but I thank you. And yes, I should have probably told someone, but I really could not deal with anyone being around me. And I appreciate you very much, Ren. You know how much I care about you, how much I love you. I am not a safe person to be around right now.
You know that's okay, right? It's okay to not be okay right now.
I need to be okay, which is why I'm doing this. Because it's something that I can do instead of sitting and waiting.
That's okay. I won't get in your way, but I'm gonna stay within shouting distance. Just in case.
Just give me a second, we can head back.
Okay. Red will, give you space to do what you need to do, but
Eliza kind of looks to see if there's anything to scavenge around.
okay.
But basically, it's not necessarily like she's actively looking. It's just busying herself so she can compose herself. She did not want Ren to ever see that side of her. And it is a little bit masked back on. trying to keep it together without letting her real feelings fully show. You know, you want the kids around you to still think you're the superhero, not the person behind the cape. And after a few moments, she'll say, okay, let's go back. You're right, this is stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I just don't
Oh,
want
it's
you to get
absolutely
hurt.
idiotic. I just used a gun when there's a bunch of zombies nearby. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you walk back in. Corbin and Kia, you're scouting around, checking your traps. I'm gonna have both of you roll scout.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh. I got 3 successes.
Okay, and
I got 1.
okay. Well, that is
1.
a lot of successes. Let's see, what's fun. So you know, you're walking around, you're showing Corbin where all the traps are. Everything is relatively quiet. And as you go, you spot in the distance a group of survivors fleeing. I mean, you presume the horde. You can kind of hear and see them in the distance, and you know they're fleeing in the direction of Spectrum, but it's more of a coincidence. They don't seem to know that Spectrum's there. They're just flee.
Okay, and does Kia recognize any notable symbols that they can see at this distance on any of them? Like any patches, any other like painted on symbols, anything like that?
No, they look like pretty normal people.
Okay. I think if we're the only ones that have walked outside of our initial barrier to patrol, Kia would have grabbed a radio, and I think everyone would have at least forced it, because not safe right now. So Kia would like sort of like hit the button a couple times, just to try and signal someone in.
I'm guessing that would be Jonah at this moment, since everyone else is dealing with things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spectrum, what's up?
There's a group of people coming in general direction. I don't recognize anybody, and don't have any symbols on them. Just for people on roof to keep watch.
All right, heard. I'll pass along the message.
Okay. Out, and then he'll lower the radio and look at Corbin. Do you happen to recognize anybody?
I mean, I guess I could ask our DM here, but I don't. Considering Corbin's backstory, I don't.
No.
No. Everyone I've seen, I've never seen before.
All right, I thought I'd at least ask. Let's maybe tail them just in case. We've ran into some groups that haven't been pleasant.
Okay, whatever you say.
As you're making this plan, they get attacked by a small swarm, maybe 4 or 5 walkers, that come out from behind some vehicles.
Shit. Do you have a ranged weapon or anything?
Yeah, I have a gun. A pistol.
Right. Well, and Kia, like, there's like a moment of conflict. Like, should we even do this? Should we not? Our supplies are so limited, but at the same time, they could be very innocent people.
I mean, they can. This is me out of character. They can
Yep.
they can accrue. They can help us accrue more supplies.
Yeah.
We can use them. Use them to further our own power.
Yeah. Are we near any cars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you would be near like some vehicles, either ones that you couldn't move or just that are part of like barricade stuff.
Okay. And Kia will just quickly, because they have the radio, will quickly signal, not even wait for a response back, saying, gonna attack some walkers, they're attacking the people, and then just starts moving their way in.
Does Jonah? What's Jonah's response to this?
Jonah's response was first was going to like he's on his way up to the roof to try and to alert those that are on watch up there, but now now he's making a bit of a pit stop on his way up to the roof to grab his bow and arrow, the quiver, and he's gonna ask for a general location, like directional, and so he can get visuals.
Is there a notable, like, I guess, landmark, like of a building or a building sign or something that you'd be able to shout out?
I'll say yes. You know what? Isn't accurate to the layout, but who cares? You tell him it's. You can tell him it's near the Quick Trip, near the gas station.
Right near the gas station.
All right. Then he's getting up there. He's looking in that direction. And then, of course, is going to. About how far away from where they are at in a range would you say that it's probably out of my range, but I just want to ask, like, would you say that it's within like 300 feet or so?
Ooh, I'm gonna say it is just outside 300 feet. Like this is outside here.
Yeah.
Or barrier, like something that you wouldn't have even worried about if people weren't getting attacked, right?
Right. Okay, cool. Then Jonah swears as he's like out here watching, but he's going to stay where he's at, and basically, because this is just out of range, he's going to watch, and he's going to basically, if trouble follows them as they're coming back, provide like a cover fire for them to get back into Spectrum. But he's watching in that direction right now until something else draws his attention away.
Okay. I guess in that case, just roll range combat just to make sure you don't like accidentally hit anybody.
Sure.
Oh gosh.
Don't
mess up. Don't mess up. I just came here. I do not want to be on death's door already.
And also, I do want to know, do you, like, knowing that you would see people like, say, Cersei, possibly Eliza and Ren coming back in, do you tell them as you're headed up to the roof what is happening?
Yeah, so anyone that I pass on the way to the roof, but I'm not like as soon as it was like people are in danger, like Jonah's one track mind.
Okay.
So but our ranged combat, one success.
Okay. Yeah. So you are able to attempt some distracting shots that don't hurt anybody or anything, and maybe you do save some people. Eliza, as you are coming back in with Ren, you see Cersei after like talking to Jonah and Jonah running off to the roof. You see Cersei jogging to go outside. It's up to you whether or not you ask her anything, but
Yeah, I'll stop her and say, what's going on?
Kia, that's their name, right? We're out scouting, seen some people,
Okay.
and I guess they're getting attacked by walkers. So I was I think Key and Corvin are going to help them. I was heading out to back them up.
Okay. I might need more backup. I don't know how many are out there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Let's go.
Key and Corvin,
Yeah.
don't forget to take some stress.
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. How much is that?
How much stress? Oh, wait. You had a moment to talk to Jonah and Kia, right?
Yeah, I guess.
A little bit of a moment. Not much, but a little bit. I will let you reduce one stress before you take one more stress.
So am I just back at 3 again?
Yeah, essentially cancels each other out.
So
Yeah.
I even typed it in. I was like, "Dude, oh, never mind. All right, yeah, that's fine. I'm still in the same place."
And then, so you're gonna roll, I guess, ranged combat to help. Is that what that's what it sounded like he wanted?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, because Kia asked about Coven having excuse me, my throat. About range, but Kia is gonna get close enough to throw their spear.
Okay, that is also ranged combat. Yeah, but yeah. Okay.
How bad is it, Doc?
You
See if this
succeeded.
I don't know if that was all my die. Hang on. 4, 6. No, I think I did that wrong. Let me do this way. There we go. That
Okay.
makes more sense.
3 successes. Okay. So you get with 3 successes. You manage to throw your spear and you manage to actually hit like 2 walkers. You like knock the one into the other, and
It's full javelin, like Olympian throw, just like, and you see like pew skewered right across.
yeah, you manage to like you hit the one and it stumbles back into the other, and like you get lucky that it like hits both of them, stabbing both of them. Corvid, you take out one walker, and then unfortunately, your rifle jams
My pistol?
or your pistol jams. I don't know why I thought it was a rifle.
No, I'm
but
not
yeah,
that lucky.
your pistol jams.
Yay!
Meaning there are 2 walkers still going after these people as Eliza and Ren and Cersei are running up.
Okay, well, luckily I have a spear, so I'm just gonna, properly make sure the pistol isn't gonna, like, unjam and, like, shoot me in the leg or something. Put that away and pick up my spear and, do something with that, I guess.
Okay. Eliza, as you run up, what's your intention here?
Just I think first she's trying to survey to see what is going on because there's been a lot of noise made and she's concerned that there could be a second wave coming. So I think she's trying to make sure that the people that are caught out further out are not going to get pincered.
No. Like so far they're fine. In terms of like avoiding getting pincered. They're fine on that. So it's about 3 people. I think I don't know if I mentioned how many there were before, but it's just a small group of people, and they don't seem to be in danger of getting pincered. Just the walkers that are attacking them now. With a few of them down, that does give them a chance to like run towards you.
I think seeing that, then Eliza will try and take another one out to hopefully keep as many people safe as possible.
Okay, roll range combat.
All right, we're going to try it with the character sheet and see what happens. I'm going to push it.
Okay. Liza sure is taking a lot of stress on this.
Oh, yeah.
How much stress can we get in one session?
I think it's 5.
Okay.
5 before you have to face your fear.
2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. Your first shot goes wild, and then you take a deep breath, and with 2 successes, I will allow you to take out the last 2 immediate threat walkers. What's your next move then?
Rejoining the others.
Kay was already like running in the close distance towards their spear, and they were ducking low when they started to hear the shots going off. But they do like pick up the spear and just now go into like scout mode, just scanning everything while hearing those people running in the direction of Eliza.
Okay. At the moment, you're like there's no more threats. Like obviously you don't know like what these people are. If you linger, there's a chance that like you're gonna get attacked again. But like there's no immediate threat.
Yeah, Kay had no plan to stay. It was just more of like make sure there's nothing immediate, and then mentally remember the spot so that watchers on towers can keep an eye and then move on.
Okay. Who who approaches like the people first or grabs the people first?
They're currently running in the direction of Eliza right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Unless
believe
they
that's what I
stopped.
said. Yeah, I believe that's what I said. I guess I'm asking if Eliza says anything to him, approaches them first, or
I think she will if no one else is. But I think right now she's just like, I am backup. I am probably not the best person to do public relations at the moment.
Cersei is also not a public relations person, and the other person with you is Ren. So unless Key is gonna go over there and
Yeah, I think during the scan, they'll look over and then just see people being awkwardly standing there watching the people come towards them. Like, all right, I'm not the best to talk, but I'll try. And yeah, Kia's not going to be. They're going to be pretty brass and just go like, "All right, has anyone been bitten? First and foremost."
bitten. No.
All right, because we can check. We have doctors here. Are you with anybody, part of any organizations? Anything we need to know?
Organizations. No, we've been running for days.
Do they look like they've been running for days?
Yeah. I mean, they look like they've been through some hardships in the last couple days.
Have you run into any other groups? Have you been branded at all? Do you know of any other groups?
Groups? What do you mean groups? Branded? You're not making any sense. We need to get inside. They're everywhere.
I mean, it'll make sense if we run into the other groups, but okay, I think we're good. And then I'll radio Jonah, like, all right, they're safe, they seem clean, just may want to double check for bites, but they said they weren't bitten. Oh, you're muted.
All right, get them back quickly. I'll meet you guys when you get here.
All right.
You usher them back to the spectrum, and we will find out what happens next after the break. We will be back in 10-15 minutes, and make sure you get up, do all the things, and we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, nerds, to Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse. You are ushering in the survivors that you just saved. What's the plan?
Well, I'm going to meet them as they sort of come, like, greet the group. And I'm assuming there's an area, not Max, you've got nails. Sorry, I've got a cat on my lap. I'm assuming that there is maybe not like a full room, but like a space off the main entrance in Spectrum where, you know, the group could be the new survivors that we don't know could be brought in before bringing them to the rest of everywhere else.
I mean, we've established that there's at least one conference room, so there's a
Yes.
room big enough for that kind of thing.
Yeah, let's go to the conference room. So I'd sort of welcome them in. And then, of course, to Corvin, Kia, Eliza, Cersei, and Gren, any of them, you're welcome to come with us or go back to patrols or taking a breather. And as he's saying that, he's kind of looking at Eliza. But I'm glad you guys got out of there.
I can keep patrolling. We've made a lot of noise out there, so should try see what kind of movement's going on.
My gun got jammed. What do I do about that?
Why don't you you can place it here and we'll take care of that. But if you've got anything else to defend yourself, make sure you've got that on hand.
Yeah, I have a spear, and he like lifts it up, like, hey, here it is.
All right, keep that close.
Okay, I guess I'll go back on patrol as well, unless you think I shouldn't, because I don't have a long-ranged weapon.
I think that if you're confident with your spear, you're fine out there. Especially if you've got, you know, buddy system going on.
Corvin has a 1 in close combat, but sure, yeah. Alright. And then he goes, I guess, with Kia again.
You know, Eliza, I think I might actually want to have you here for this.
Sure.
I think it'd be good. Adrenaline, you seem to be in a rough condition, to have someone with a medical eye look over them.
Got it.
And so once, you know, in the conference room, how many survivors were there in total? 3? Okay. So, welcome. It's good that you got out of there. I'm Jonah. And who might you be?
I'm Jacob. This is Elise, and over there is Amanda.
And are you okay?
we've been running for 3 days. We're all pretty exhausted.
We've got a place for you to sit and rest. We'll get you water and some food. What were you running from?
We were hiding out in a building near the highway, but those things, too many of them. We had to leave, but it just never seemed to end. We just had to keep going and going.
Yeah. Well, my friend Eliza here. I'd like for her to take a look at you guys. You've been through a lot the last few days, and just want to make sure that you're okay.
I'll kind of like step forward and say, it should be pretty quick. It's just precautions. And if there's anything that has been ailing you, hopefully we can help with that.
They all seem pretty exhausted. Neither of the girls speak up, but Chico says, as far as I know, we're good. Like other than being exhausted and hungry, Amanda's been struggling a bit, but I think it's just, exhaustion.
Okay. Well, how about we start with Amanda? Here, if you'll follow me.
So do you plan to take everyone to a separate room, separate location?
Yes, because I think Eliza is concerned why he's talking for them. That is like a huge wee-woo for Eliza from her days as an EMT.
Okay.
So like I think it's just that background training that is like, I don't like that. We're gonna go talk to them privately, just in case. But she'll just kind of like start with the person that he said was I think it was Amanda.
Yeah.
To like one of we set up some of the rooms to be like exam rooms.
Yep. So
one of those.
Okay. So you do that. Amanda's like 25-ish, roll medicine to examine her.
Okay. Let's see if medicine will work. Oh, dang, it did not roll half my dice.
Yeah.
Your
sheet just hates your medicine.
It hates me.
Yeah. Like it doesn't let you push on half of them, and then your medicine is all screwed.
It's like giving me like one die to roll instead of like the 7 plus stress.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that. I've got 1 success. Let me see if I can get more. 6 more dice. So just 1 success, and then it is a mess up.
Okay. You look her over. you don't see any bites or wounds or anything. Eliza's been here before and knows to check pretty thoroughly for that. You don't see anything like that. She does seem dehydrated and exhausted. She seems a little clammy, but I think that you don't see any cause for it, like in terms of like sickness or anything. She does, as far as you can tell, she seems pretty healthy on this examination, right? Like, there's nothing that stands out, no wounds, no bites, nothing like that.
I'll just kind of ask questions of, so how long have you been traveling?
3 days, yeah. We were, the last couple months, we found a pretty safe building we've been hiding out in. At least until the hordes came again.
Well, hopefully we can get you somewhere a little bit safer. Is there, you've been on the road for a while. Is there anything you need? And she's just trying to gently pry, just to make sure that that situation is a healthy situation.
Just a place to rest would be great.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, Marley and I are always around. So.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have her go back to the conference room? Well, how's Eliza handle this?
Eliza will kind of, I think she'd try to send her to the common area to kind of give a look to Kaya, and just say, hey, this is one of the people that we're traveling. She seems all good. Maybe you can show her around a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
As you hand Amanda off, she is leaving the room. She starts violently coughing.
Let's take a big step back.
Second thought, let's get you somewhere a little bit more private. Get you some rest. And I'll find basically a room that we can make into like the, I don't want to call it an incubation room, but basically
quarantine.
Yeah.
Quarantine, that's the word.
Put Amanda in quarantine for the time being.
Yeah, we'll put Amanda in quarantine, and I'll go and to the next person.
Okay. Do you grab Elise or Jacob first?
I'm grabbing Elise.
Yeah, I say we leave Jacob for last.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So you take Elise into another room. I want to say Elise is about the same age as Amanda, about 25, 26, somewhere in there. Again, first notes like seems pretty exhausted. Roll medicine.
Okay. No mess ups, 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you check her out. She's fine. She's not clammy. She's not running a fever. You listen to her breathing and stuff, and you don't hear anything. She seems fine.
I'll kind of ask, did you all run into any kind of illness while you were out?
Illness? Wait, no.
It just seems like your friend Amanda has a bit of a cough.
No, we didn't. We've been on our own. A cough. Is it dangerous? Is it bad?
Well, hopefully not, but you're just keeping an eye to make sure that kind of stuff can spread pretty quickly. So you don't seem to have symptoms for it, but it might be safer just to see how you do the next 24 hours before you're able to kind of get with everybody else. That's all right.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that. Do you put Elise in a separate quarantine room?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
And then Jacob.
Yeah, we'll check Jacob over.
Jacob is, again, they're all about the same age. Jacob's like 28 or something, you're right? And again, first notes, they're not lying about being pretty exhausted. And roll medicine one more time.
Okay.
I do want to say that Jonah, while not like following in, is keeping close because there's something that kind of feels off about Jacob. So he wants to be nearby in case trouble happens.
That is 3 successes. No mess up.
Jacob, and no bites, no wounds. But as you're checking over Jacob, you almost don't hear it in his breathing. And then you do, and then you check in, and he's running a fever. You doesn't seem like it's too high because he's not like down for the count or anything, but he's definitely warm. He's definitely at least starting to get whatever Amanda has.
I'm a little concerned. Seems like you've got a low-grade temperature. Could be just stress, but we have a lot of people here, and just in case, if you could just stay in one of our quarantine rooms for a day, just so we can see whether you guys are okay.
Right. Of course. Yeah. That's more than fair. Yeah.
Right. And I will put him in a different quarantine room if we have one, or else I will put him with Amanda.
Yeah. You maybe it wasn't originally intentioned as a quarantine room, but like you can find a small room for
We
him.
can make quarantine rooms.
Yeah, it's just gotta be a room that isolates him, right? You don't know what it is, so you don't know how much of a like danger it is, but like you can isolate him pretty easily. Um, I guess I would ask now, thinking about it, after Amanda, did Eliza like start wearing like
PPE,
PPE?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes. We probably don't have much of it, but she would have done like the best of like, because I'm sure like we've made do with like trash bag, different paper masks if
Yeah,
they have them
and
available.
like there's, I mean, in any like you're right, probably don't have a lot because like you have a lot of ENT type supplies again, right? So like you don't have a lot, but there's definitely like surgical paper masks in there because they are always in there. Just a small amount, not the best, but better than nothing.
100%. But yeah, she's PPE. After we get him into the quarantine room, she'll kind of go over to Jonah and just say, two of them I'm concerned about. I don't also just, and it is probably me being overly aware, and it's probably not an issue. The girls don't seem to be very talkative at all, which, like, I get it, but he speaks for them, and for me, that's always been a warning sign.
No, you're right. He seemed very assertive, which in this crazy time, I can understand, but it is something to watch out for. No, I agree. But
Hopefully, they are just, it's a common cold, but we don't want that spreading through here. I set them up in quarantine rooms.
okay.
So far, it doesn't seem like Elise has it. But I'd say Amanda's probably the most advanced with whatever they've got. I didn't see any bites. I know sometimes if you ingest blood, that can also cause it, but that is more rare.
And,
We'll keep watch.
and no scratches, nothing else like that.
Not that I could see.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and get them food, water, and we'll just keep an eye on them. Do you feel comfortable with this being your watch rather than the patrols and everything? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And yeah, so Jonah will go about making sure that food and water get over here, not just for the patients, but for Eliza as well. And he's just around. He's doing things.
Eliza, as you wrap up this conversation with Jonah, you notice that Cersei is kind of awkwardly hovering around, like she's waiting to talk to you or talk to someone. I guess because Jonah's also there, but like she's waiting to talk to someone.
Eliza will kind of approach and say, everything good?
Yes, it's not an emergency or anything. I just, I couldn't find the other doctor person?
Marley, yeah.
Marley. Yeah, I couldn't find her, and I needed to ask if y'all have an extra syringe.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Like I said, it's not an emergency, but I didn't have any, and I'm
You're fine.
a few
Okay.
days late.
Got it. Here. And she'll go to the supplies, get out some of the syringes, and she'll just kind of like, as she's doing it, she'll say, we have a few people here that need these supplies, so we usually keep it on hand, and I'll show her where they are, and say, I don't want to pry, but if there's something that you need that we can pick up on a pharmacy run, I'd be happy to look out for it.
Um. Oh, I'm used to doing that myself. It's just any hormones that you have. I have a few vials left, but yeah.
We've got some.
Oh, okay. Uh, thanks for these.
Of course. If you need anything, please let me know. I honestly, I can't thank you enough for helping Ren. It means a lot to me.
Yeah. No problem. I know I'm not the most friendly seeming, but I've been trying to help where I can.
You're doing great.
I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Just keeping watch to make sure no one's gonna turn into an undead creature. So that's a stupid joke.
Well, if you need help with that, I'm pretty good at that as well. So just let me know.
Will do. And seriously, if you need anything, please, Marley and I, we're happy to help. We don't share people's medical info. We want everyone to feel safe here.
Oh yeah, thanks. Oh, I guess I did want to ask because I seen that it seemed like Chase was awake.
Yeah.
Was he all right?
Yeah. A little banged up, but probably should not get concussed for a while. But he's okay.
Okay.
I don't know where. My guess is that he's probably, best case scenario, he is accidentally wandered somewhere. We don't have a fence set up yet, so.
Yeah. Hopefully that's the case. I don't. If he's missing too long, I might go look, but I don't want to leave y'all short-handed. It seems like things are getting pretty rough around here.
I fully support whatever you choose to do. We're gonna have to send rescue parties out sooner than later. So
Yeah. Right. If you
make sure you rest in between, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna go and take care of this. Thank you.
Of course.
Kian Corbin.
Yeah.
You found your way back out to patrol. You talk at all during this time?
I think Kia is fairly quiet. Because they're still in a way just processing that everyone, like majority of the people that they personally know up to this point are now missing. So they're just now trying to hyper focus on something so they don't have a breakdown. And that something is, let me see if there are things that we have to kill.
Yeah, to be honest, Corvin, for different circumstances, is also not much of a talker. We're just here, like, not talking to each other.
Checking the perimeter, making sure. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing: is like you're not the only ones on watch here. There are things like montage style. You get a couple chances um, to kill some things and check your defenses, right? Which are working pretty good so far against the small amounts that were brought in. Drawn in by this, but nothing too bad. You stay on watch, and eventually, um, attempting to sneak from like hiding spot to hiding spot, you spot River down the street.
I think there's just a moment where Kia like has a hand up and is like staring for a good solid moment. Is River like moving away? And does Kia like their immediate next thought is anyone following them?
River is moving towards you. Roll scout.
Let's see if luck holds up. Okay, I got 2, but messed up.
Okay. Okay. There are no one's following River. Not people aren't following River. There are maybe there's a couple of walkers that have like been drawn in by like attention on River, but no people.
Okay. I think at that, Corvin just hears Kia say, "That's one of ours," and then starts moving, like keeping low, but like straight moving towards River.
Okay. Are you attempting to move stealthily here?
I am trying to keep my noise down, but when I feel that I'm close enough, I will signal to River that I'm there. Because I don't want them to end up getting spooked and suddenly run, and then we cause even more noise or try and attack me, which would not be ideal.
Okay, I'll have you roll stealth.
Stealth. 1 success.
Okay.
And I did not mess up.
You get up there. No, you don't make any noise. You're able to signal to River.
River.
Oh, thank God.
Come on. You got a couple on you. Follow me. Come on.
River follows you.
I'm glad you're okay. We all heard the explosion.
Yeah. I just barely made it out.
Are you hurt at all? Any injuries? I mean, you're walking, so I assume your legs are fine. Did anything latch onto you? Like anything?
No. I did lose a few things, but no, I don't think it was anything too important.
I mean, your life is the most important thing right now. Did you see where anyone else went?
I seen Deborah running off. I know I did. I didn't see where Jerry went, but I seen her walking away. I just like she was going in a direction and I lost sight of her. I don't know where she went.
Sherry just walked?
She got up. She was like the walkers were everywhere. I couldn't. Everybody kind of had to scramble a way to
Okay.
get everywhere. I did.
All right. It's okay. Well,
Did anybody make it back?
Yeah, we got a few people. Dalton, he was carrying Aiden.
Okay.
You'll see. We'll get you to safety first, then you can decompress. Liza will check you over, make sure you're okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I guess at this point we would have caught up to Corvin, and he's like, Corvin, this is River Corvin. I found him.
Hi. Corvin. Okay. New?
Yeah, just a bit ago, and then Kia will pull out the radio and like signal to check in, and then just say, "Found River. We're coming back."
Copy that. Stay safe.
Copy. Over.
Okay. You, without incident, get River back inside. But I think you see Marley first in this case because Eliza's on watch.
Yeah.
But if you want to find Eliza, Eliza's easy enough to find.
Since I had a slight idea of the situation before I left, I'll just let Marley do their thing because I know he's capable. But I think Kia is starting to feel tired and knows a watch change is probably becoming overdue, at least for a perimeter. Which they'll turn to Corvin and be like, well, I think we need to do a changeover. If you want, I could properly walk you around the place, show you where you can actually sleep and rest, because we didn't even check in to see if you needed any rest. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, sure. Whatever you think is best.
Yeah, I'll show you around, find you a place for napping, sleeping, whatever you're capable of doing for a closed eye situation, and see about any food.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
And Kia will make sure that there's like a switch off and that they hand the radio to the next person and tell those that need to know that the switch off was done.
Okay. So you like tell Jonah, and yeah, somebody has the radio and heads out to watch. You take Corbin. So there are like a lot of the rooms had been taken for other uses, but there are like a couple of private rooms that are first come first come first serve, right? Like whoever gets there first gets to sleep there. But otherwise it's a lot of like, here's open space, here's some blankets, here's some pillows.
Yeah, so it's very much a, here's what we can do for now. Dormitory situation. The best comfort we can provide.
Eliza, word gets to you that River is back. Do you do anything with that info?
I think like when she's doing her rounds, she'll check in and see how River's doing, and kind of, she doesn't want to put pressure on them, but she wants to make sure that they're okay.
Okay. River seems like fine. There are no like injuries that stand out, no bleeding, no nothing like that. It like you, as you talk to River, you do notice that like if you're not like looking right at River and talking clearly, sometimes River can't hear you. Like their ears are still ringing a little bit, but otherwise mostly fine.
She'll comment and say, your hearing should get a little bit better as time goes on. Those kind of blasts can rock your mind a little bit.
Right, yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for, I think I need to rest. I'm gonna.
Of course.
Unless you need me for something, I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah. And she'll make sure that he's not concussed where he shouldn't sleep, because that can be a problem. But if everything seems like he'll be okay to sleep without causing harm, she'll let him go on.
Roll medicine to check for concussion.
Uh, 3 successes, no mess up.
Okay. You check. Seems fine. You know, you do your normal checkup. Seems really fine. You're not seeing any symptoms that you would expect from like a severe concussion. No vomiting, nothing like that. You know what? I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say that you notice that from that mess up from earlier, that River does have a mild concussion, and there's a very mild amount of dizziness. Maybe not something too worrisome. He should, or they should be fine to sleep as long as somebody can check on them. But otherwise, it's up to Eliza whether or not.
I think she'll say, go ahead and check in a little bit with Marley. You should be able to rest, but I just want to make sure someone's gonna keep an eye on you. And if you feel more dizzy or sick, please tell us, because we shouldn't have you sleeping if that happens.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Thanks for looking out for me.
Of course.
River will go talk to Marley. Does Liza at any point like? Because I assume that like Cherry and Eliza have claimed a room for themselves, right? Because like it's some people, couples probably get like you get a little priority choice there, whereas most of the rooms are first come first serve. Do you go back to said room at any point?
I think she's been avoiding it, but I think eventually she needs to go back for like supplies or to drop something off, and she'll kind of go back in almost like someone sneaking in when someone's asleep in a way. She's like super quiet. She kind of like looks at everything. And I think that's when everything hits her. Like she's just, her hands start shaking and she just can't keep everything together anymore. She just kind of falls apart and she holds one of Cherry's sweaters and is just sobbing as quietly as she can. She's just, I think she doesn't know whether Cherry's okay. Cherry's her anchor, and she's trying so hard not to completely break, but she's kind of on that precipice where she's pretty close.
Okay. Jonah, you... The closest thing Jonah has had to a moment to rest since getting back is watching over the radio. How are you feeling? There's too much chaos that you stepped right back in and it was almost like no one even realized you were gone. How's Jonah feeling?
It's refreshing almost. He was so worried. He had been taken at a point that was, he knew trouble was coming and he needed to be here, and he did something so reckless. But right now, he's more worried about the people that aren't here. And he's worried about the people that are. He's worried about people that are far away from here. And right now he's trying to keep a calm in Spectrum, because he sees where everyone else's worries are sort of coming through, and he can't let that happen to himself, not again. So, pushing through the soreness in his arm from where he had to get it reset again. He's trying not to give into, the pangs of tiredness as he hides his yawns. He's keeping a quiet worry, focusing mostly on Spectrum for the people that are here. And once this situation calms down more, then he can focus outwards.
Okay. You're making sure that everybody is resting, taking the time to, take shifts off and all of that. You have other people here that could give Jonah a break so that Jonah could rest, Tasha and stuff. But does Jonah actually follow his own
No,
advice.
no, he's making sure everyone else is taken care of. This is what got him into the mess in the first place. It's fine.
I thought that might be the case, but I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Um, let me see here. Let me check these good old skills.
Am I gonna have to make like an endure test?
Yes.
Okay. I can do that. Two successes.
Okay. Yeah. You power through, Jonah. You don't fall asleep at the wheel or anything. Power through.
Not yet.
Not yet. Corvin. You find a place to lay down. Do you sleep?
Hmm. I'm gonna say no, cause I mean, yeah, he's had to travel a lot, and like there was a bit of a kerfluffle here. So yeah, he is pretty tired, but at the same time, he's in an unfamiliar environment, and I mean, even though he understands logically that this is a safe place, I mean, it's still unfamiliar to him. So something within him is preventing him from acting on his tiredness and snoozing away.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you make an endure roll yet, but that will come into play if you.
I don't think I'm gonna get any sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes sleep comes for you and you don't want it. Same question for Kia. Kia finds a place to lay down. Does Kia actually sleep?
I think it takes a good long while, and it's not like they get to the point where they should be falling asleep, like that heavy lid, and you take a breath and think you're about to jump into a dream, but then it just shakes awake again. I think just the building of everything and knowing that they're not the only one worried about who is out there, and they're just thinking of the time that they were alone out there and thinking and trying not to think and then thinking it again and trying not to think it, is they could just throw on some gore and go find them themselves. But I shouldn't. We're supposed to have a buddy system. There's a horde, but I could. Like, it's that cycle of thought that's now becoming ravenous.
Do you think about Aiden as well?
Yeah. I think there is a point where when Kia still can't fall asleep, they take a moment to be like, they were told sometimes you just have to walk and come back to bed if you are struggling. So they do walk, they go check in the trauma room. And then that thought again that they mentioned to Jonah of, could have things been different? I came along. And then they go back to bed.
I'd like to pull you into a flashback.
Yeah.
Something we haven't done yet for Kia. We've seen Kia pre-apocalypse a lot with the stuff with flashbacks. We've seen Kia see old friends in flashbacks, but back before Kia joined the group, there was a time when Kia didn't know Aiden. But you both came across each other out hunting for food for the group, for your various groups at the time. You had a tense standoff at first, if I'm remembering this stuff, what we discussed correctly. What was that moment like for Kia? Had Kia even met other survivors when, uh, at the time when they ran into him?
I think at that point, Kia was extremely avoidant. They just didn't want another person around. They weren't sure how they could handle having another person around. And I think what caused them to cross each other with their backgrounds is they both shot at the same rabbit. And then there was just this pause of seeing someone else's blind and then just staring at each other.
And then you're you're both standing there in this, standoff, right? Pointing weapons at each other, and he goes, "Look, we don't have to fight, okay? I've got a group. We've got a safe place. We can share this rabbit. I have some other stuff I can take you back to the group. It's safe there. There's a little more food there."
I don't do well in groups. I can hunt a different rabbit. It's fine.
I don't necessarily do well in groups either, but I don't think it's safe for anybody to be out here alone. I don't know if I can't stop you, but I wouldn't feel comfortable just leaving you out here on your own. Not in these days.
I think there's just this loud gurgle from Kia's stomach. And they just stare at Aiden for a little while, trying to assess if they're safe or not. Okay, I'll come for some food and be on my way as soon as I can.
Okay. Well, I know where a cabin is. It's got a wood stove. We can stay warm for the night, and then we'll head out in the morning. But my name's Aiden.
Call me Kia.
Okay, Kia. Well, hopefully, we can be friends. We all need friends these days.
And Kia just sort of stays silent at that.
Yeah, Aiden takes you to a cabin, and that is where the flashback ends. Eliza, you take a moment to let everything hit you, to cry. Do you plan on staying in the room, or do you get up to leave at some point?
After she's kind of pulled herself back and realizes, like, you have work to do. There are people that are relying on you. You can't fall apart right now. Sleep is not in the cards tonight, and she's trying to make sure that the people that we do have here are not going to cause a bigger problem. So she goes back to her watch of the new people.
Okay.
She'll kind of leave the sweater like folded up, like where she found it.
As you fold up that sweater and you go to leave, you run into Vivian, who is about to go into your room. Vivian has I imagine in a garment bag, a wedding dress. Oh, Eliza, I didn't realize you were over here. I've been on helping with patrols and stuff. I hadn't had a moment to drop this off. Deborah, gave it to me, and then she ran off.
Wow. Thank you.
I was just gonna leave it in your room for now. I didn't know where else to put it.
No, that's a good place. It's a safe place.
And I think that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
Well, actually, I had a question.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Does Spectrum have coffee of any sort, like instant coffee or things like that?
Yes.
Then I would like to propose a scene outside of the quarantine rooms where Jonah comes over to Eliza with 2 cups of coffee. And,
Okay.
And sort of sits down and hands one to Eliza. Both of them quite tired, but neither seeming ready to sleep.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Hopefully these. So far, there's been no change, nothing worse. The 3 of them, but
Well, that's good. Though I was coming in to check on you.
um, I'm.
You don't have to say that you're doing okay. You're not. But I just want to make sure you're not doing worse.
I'm doing better than before. I'm just
Worried.
I have always had this fear that Cherry would have. I know them. They would do anything to save one person. I've always known something like this is going to happen. I just really hoped it was going to be a long time.
Well, not long ago, Sherry had a similar worry about you. And we overcame that. And I'm not one to make promises. But I'm also not one to lose hope. So, I don't know what's out there, but I know Cherry. And Cherry's gonna fight like hell to get back here. Get back to you.
It's the worst situation that they could have been put in.
Mhm. As soon as things clear out, we can go and supply some backup.
Yeah. We'll do a search party. If you do find them, don't let them keep wandering. Okay.
I'll make sure that they come back to you.
I'm more concerned with the state that we will.
I know exactly. I'll make sure that Cherry comes back to you.
To just kind of give Jonah a pat on the shoulder. The bad shoulder, but
Yeah. But yeah, I think Jonah will stay there to at least finish the coffee before going back to the rest of his, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay. Are there any other scenes anybody wanted to do? No? Okay. So we will end there for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to jump into our outros.
Right. I believe I was last, so I am first. Hi, I'm Natalie, she, they, and I was playing Kia, they, them. I am known as Ghost Candle on most places on the internet. I am an illustrator by trade, so I do lots of arts and stuff, and I'm an actual play performer, though I am just slowly getting things back into gear. So for now, you can just find me here on Saturdays until something new pops up.
I think that's me next. Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I've been playing Eliza this evening. Where you can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels, everywhere on social media, usually talking about disability and TTRPGs, everything in between. Where you can find me next, Tuesday, you can find me over on Stat Monkey Productions. We are getting ready for a campaign of a new RPG called Rotten Capes, second edition. It is a superhero zombie apocalypse game where all of us are B-list superheroes that are trying to fight the apocalypse in the Florida Keys. We are doing character creation this coming Tuesday. So if you want to see a little bit about how the game works, how to create characters about this new RPG that'll be out on Kickstarter in April, go ahead and check that out. And of course, I'll be back here on Saturday.
All right, that means I'm taking the ball. It's mine now. Hi, I'm Faye. They, them. I've been Jonah. He, him. Things are happening in the session, yes. Outside of it, not so much. I'm here on Saturdays. I play a sad dad in the apocalypse. If you want to find me out in the wild, I go by Feywild Witchling practically everywhere on the internet. But that's it.
All right, it is me. Hi, I am Rose Blossom, and I played Corvin Road in this session. Where you can find me, YouTube and Blue Sky at roseblossom2468. Anything for in the future that isn't this actual play, tomorrow, I will be continuing the long-term City of Mist campaign over on Roller's Joint. There's also another project I'm involved in, but I will not say anything about that yet. So yeah. Maybe keep an eye on my socials if you want to learn more.
All right. And I am Sophia Olivia Scott. My pronouns are she, her, we. You can find me at Nerdy Teddy on Blue Sky for any additional information regarding campaigns and other projects and stuff. Otherwise, right now, I am only doing this. Yeah, I'm the founder and chancellor here for Nerds with Dice. Nerds with Dice is on a break for January. We're not scheduling anything new. But you can hang out for Fields of the Dead and join us for big plans February, March, all of that. And you can check out I am a mod for the Queer Actual Play Guild. You can check that out on Blue Sky at QAP Guild. Find all the info and everything you need to know about that over there. And I should have really prepared for a raid, huh? You know what? We're gonna go right where we did last week, over to Synesia, and we will see you next week. Everyone, bye.
Asterisk